Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before we dive in, I just want to take a quick moment to say I truly hope you're feeling healthy and strong today. Wherever you are in the world, take care of yourselves. Okay, let's get into something super fascinating. How on earth do cacti manage to live and even thrive in the brutal desert? I mean, think about it. We're talking places with scorching sun, barely any rain, and soil that looks more like sand than dirt. It seems impossible for anything green to survive there, right? Yet, cacti don't just survive, they stand tall and proud, sometimes for hundreds of years. It's all thanks to some mind-blowing tricks they've developed over millions of years. It's like they've got a whole survival toolkit built right into their bodies, perfectly designed for beating the desert's toughest challenges. First off, let's talk about the biggest problem in the desert, water, or really, the lack of it. Rain might only come a few times a year, and when it does, it's often a quick downpour that disappears almost as fast as it arrived. So, cacti have become absolute masters at grabbing every single drop they can. Their roots are a huge part of this. Unlike a big oak tree with deep roots going straight down, many cacti have wide, shallow root systems that spread out horizontally just below the surface. Imagine a network of tiny sponges stretching far and wide. When that rare rain hits, these roots can quickly soak up water over a large area before it evaporates or sinks too deep. Some cacti also have deeper taproots that act like anchors and reach down to deeper moisture if it's available. But the real magic happens after the water's absorbed. Cacti store it like crazy. Their whole body is basically a giant, flexible water tank. That thick, green stem you see? It's not solid wood. It's full of special spongy tissue that can swell up like a balloon when water's plentiful. This tissue holds massive amounts of water. A big saguaro cactus can store hundreds of gallons. Then, during the long, dry months, the cactus slowly uses this stored water, shrinking bit by bit without dying. It's like living off your savings account during a drought. Now, holding on to that precious water is just as important as collecting it. This is where the cactus's skin comes into play. Unlike the thin, leaky leaves of most plants, a cactus has a thick, waxy coating covering its stem, almost like it's been rubbed with candle wax. This coating, called the cuticle, is super tough. It acts like a super efficient raincoat, but in reverse. Instead of keeping water out, it seals water in. It drastically reduces evaporation, so very little moisture escapes into the dry desert air. Think of a plastic water bottle versus a cloth rag. The bottle keeps the water inside. That's what the waxy skin does for the cactus. Underneath this waxy layer, the cactus also has a special way of breathing that doesn't waste water. Plants need to take in carbon dioxide and release oxygen, and they usually do this through tiny pores called stomata, mostly on their leaves. But here's the problem. When stomata open to let gases in and out, water vapor sneaks out too. It's like leaving a window open on a dry day. Your humid air escapes. Most plants lose a lot of water this way. Cacti have stomata too, but they're located on their stems, since they often don't have true leaves, and they've pulled off an incredible trick. They keep these stomata tightly shut during the blazing hot day. Opening them then would be a disaster. Water would just pour out into the dry air. Instead, they wait until the cooler, more humid night to open their stomata. The cooler temperatures mean less water is lost when the pores are open. They take in carbon dioxide at night and store it in a special form inside their cells. Then, when the sun comes up, they close the stomata tight, trap that stored carbon dioxide, and use sunlight to turn it into food through photosynthesis inside their sealed-up stem, all while losing barely any water. It's like doing all their grocery shopping at night when the store is empty and then cooking the meals safely indoors during the dangerous heat of the day. This special nighttime routine is called CAM photosynthesis, crassylation acid metabolism, and it's a total game changer for desert survival. Of course, you can't talk about cacti without mentioning their spines. Those sharp needles aren't just there to poke unlucky hikers. They're actually modified leaves. In most plants, leaves are broad and flat to capture sunlight, but they also have tons of stomata and lose water rapidly through evaporation. For a cactus in the desert, regular leaves would be suicide. So, over time, they shriveled down and hardened into spines. This transformation is brilliant because spines serve multiple life-saving purposes. First, they're incredible defense weapons. The desert is full of thirsty animals looking for a juicy meal or a drink. Spines create a formidable, painful barrier that deters everything from hungry rodents and jackrabbits to curious cows and even birds. An animal would have to be pretty desperate to try and munch through that prickly fortress. Second, spines provide shade. It might seem small, but in a place where the sun beats down relentlessly, even a little shade makes a big difference. The spines cast tiny shadows across the cactus's surface, helping to lower the skin temperature just enough to reduce water loss further. Imagine wearing a hat versus standing bareheaded in the desert sun. The spines are like thousands of tiny umbrellas. Third, they help collect water. The structure of spines, especially on some barrel cacti, can actually channel tiny droplets of dew or rare fog towards the base of the plant where the roots can absorb it. They might even help trap moist air close to the cactus skin. So, those spines are way more than just pointy decorations. They're multifunctional survival tools essential for protection, temperature control, and even water harvesting. The shape and structure of the cactus itself is another masterpiece of desert engineering. Many cacti have a ribbed or pleated design, like an accordion. Look at a big saguaro or a barrel cactus. They have these vertical grooves running up and down. This isn't just for looks. When the cactus drinks up a lot of water after a rain, its stem needs to expand to hold it all. Those ribs allow it to swell outward without bursting. Then, as it uses the stored water during dry times, the ribs fold inwards, letting the plant shrink down without collapsing or damaging its structure. It's like having built-in expandable storage compartments. This ribbing also plays a role in managing sunlight. The grooves create areas of shade on the plant's own surface, reducing the direct sun exposure and helping keep temperatures a bit lower. Furthermore, many cacti grow in specific shapes to minimize sun damage. Columnar cacti, the tall, pillar-like ones, often grow vertically, presenting a narrower profile to the intense midday sun, reducing the surface area getting baked. Barrel cacti are often spherical, which is a shape with less surface area relative to volume compared to a flat shape, meaning less area exposed to drying winds and sun. Some even grow angled to avoid the harshest southern or western sun exposure. And while they grow slowly, this conserves energy and water, allowing them to invest resources wisely over decades or centuries. Even their reproductive strategy is fine-tuned for the desert. Cacti produce stunning flowers, often incredibly bright and showy, think vibrant pinks, reds, yellows, and whites. Why put so much energy into flashy flowers in such a harsh place? It's all about speed and efficiency. Desert conditions are unpredictable, so when they bloom, they go all out to attract pollinators quickly. The flowers often open for just a short time, sometimes only a single day or even just one night, minimizing water loss. They produce nectar and pollen to lure in bats, moths, birds, like hummingbirds, and insects. These pollinators are crucial because they need to transfer pollen fast before the flower withers. Once pollinated, the cactus develops fruit. This fruit is often fleshy and brightly colored when ripe, attracting animals like birds, rodents, or even tortoises. The animals eat the fruit, but the tough cactus seeds inside pass through their digestive systems unharmed. Later, when the animal moves on and poops, it deposits the seeds somewhere else, often with a little packet of fertilizer. This seed dispersal is vital because it helps new cacti sprout away from the parent plant, reducing competition for scarce water and nutrients. The seeds themselves are tough and can lie dormant in the dry soil for years, patiently waiting for the perfect conditions, a good rain, to finally germinate and start the slow, patient journey of growing a new cactus. So, from flower to seed, every step is designed for maximum impact with minimal resources in a land of scarcity. It's truly amazing when you step back and look at the whole picture. Every single part of a cactus, from its hidden roots and waxy skin to its sharp spines, expandable stem, and clever nighttime breathing, is perfectly adapted to conquer the desert's extremes. They've turned the lack of water into a strength by becoming master storers and conservers. They've transformed the scorching sun from a deadly enemy into an energy source they can harness safely with their special routines. They've even made their defenses double as tools for shade and water collection. It's not just one trick. It's a whole interconnected system of survival strategies working together in harmony. When you see a cactus standing alone in the vast desert, you're not just looking at a prickly plant, you're witnessing millions of years of incredible evolution, a testament to life's relentless drive to find a way, even in the most unforgiving places on Earth. They are quiet, resilient giants, perfectly engineered by nature for a life where almost nothing else can make it. Pretty awesome, right? Thanks for hanging out and exploring this desert wonder with me today. Stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video.